All right, so Reed Puser here. I'm checking in on day number 9 of the health protocol cleansing, cellular detox, and repair that Dr. Hayter and Dr. Shahbaz have put me on. I'm just going to ramble on a little bit and tell you guys a little bit about what my experience has been like now that I've been through the first week of this. So I guess the first thing to say is that I'm so excited to be able to do this and have this opportunity to work with these guys. I may have mentioned this on my last video, but since I was diagnosed with mixed connective tissue disease and then later lupus when I was 17 years old, I never had a doctor say that, we could heal this, we could put this in remission. It was always more like, you're going to have this the rest of your life and it's going to really affect the quality of your life. And that's a tough thing for a young person to hear. I know that many other people all across our nation, all across our world are affected by autoimmune disease. And I want you guys to know that there is hope. These guys are sharing that hope here. So, there was a lot of preparation work that I put into prior to starting the protocol. Thankfully, I've got a very supportive wife who's been helping me with that. A lot of it had to do with mindset, but a lot of it had to do with organization. So Dr. Shahbaz provided a very good, concise list of my daily routine, the different things that I would need to do each day in sequential order. I took that and I basically calculated how much time would be needed to be allotted for each of those segments. And therefore I was able to put together a schedule from, essentially 5:15 when I wake up in the morning, all the way through around 10 a.m., which is when I finish the bulk of all my morning activities on the protocol. And then from 10 a.m. to, give or take 4 p.m., I'm able to work my regular job, which is necessary for us as I'm the breadwinner of our family. There are some things in between that 10 and 4 time frame, but I just take a little break. I go do those things and then I come back to work. Also, I had to, start getting used to eating dinner a little earlier, trying to eat around 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m., be done by no later than 6:45-ish, which will allow me to get that 14 to 16 hours of fasting each day to reset my system and allow it to clear everything out. So also, it took a lot of work in regards to acquiring all of the supplements and some of the oils and those kinds of things to topically apply. And then the food. The food is a big deal. I've never eaten so many vegetables in my life. We got the masticating juicer, and that's been, really good. It's a very great brand. I think it's Tribest is what we are using. And 2 juices a day. So you use that a lot. You clean it a lot. That does take some time to use that as well as clean it up afterwards. And then a ton of vegetables, like I said. So a lot of my time that I work on this is spent washing and chopping the vegetables into sizes that will go through the juicer. And then therefore I have those ready to go when I do a juice rather than every single time washing, chopping, and juicing and cleaning. So that's a little bit about the prep stuff. In regards to the protocol itself, it's been challenging for sure. The second day was probably the toughest on my diet, changing from the normal things that I would eat. And I usually eat a very healthy diet, very few processed foods in the first place. But going on this protocol diet is, a complete 180. Really, no meat, no legumes, no grains, no dairy, no sugar, no alcohol, of course. So it's just a lot of cruciferous veggies and no nightshade veggies either. I was pretty hungry after day 2. Also, something that you should expect is you're going to have some stomach discomfort. You're going to have some diarrhea. You're going to have some gas. So those are some of the things that I think are maybe a little bit uncomfortable, but overall, my energy level is much better than it was previous. My digestion and my bowel movements are better. I'm not dealing with the constipation that I used to deal with fairly regularly. And, overall, I can tell that my inflammation is going down a lot. And that's huge for me. I feel really, really good about that. It's been very good. I think now, on day 9, I'm starting to get more used to the diet. I've been eating a whole lot of sweet potatoes, usually kind of shredding those sweet potatoes, and then doing some shredded Brussels sprouts, as well as some onion and garlic, and sauteing that up in a pan has been kind of my favorite thus far. And salting and peppering, using plenty of ghee. You use a lot of ghee during this. And, that's probably like the favorite way that I have of preparing a meal on this diet and this protocol. I'm certainly looking forward to being able to, eat meat and those kinds of things in the future. But for now, I know that I'm on the right path, and I'm really appreciative to be on this path. My sleep. So my sleep has had tons of dreams, lots of crazy dreams, dreaming more than I ever remember, in my adult life. And I think that that's part of this as well. I've lost, quite a bit of weight, and I think that that's pretty much natural whenever you do a juice cleanse, no matter if you're doing it for 3 days or 5 days or 10 days or 40 days or 2 months. So, those are kind of my updates for now. I guess the last thing I'd be remiss in leaving out, eating the raw organ meats. We found quite a few places online that sell these, with the quality that you want. You want to make sure that you're not getting something with, that's been exposed to glyphosate, for example. I think it was like Great American Bison does this. We purchased those. They were pretty expensive. We spent quite a bit of money on that. But then we found a local provider here close by where I live in Boulder, Colorado, and they usually have a hard time selling their organ meats, and so they have a good deal on the pricing of those. I was able to get lamb kidney and lamb liver. The way that I like to prepare those is, if you just eat those just plain, they're pretty metallic. They're pretty, they taste exactly like you think they would. But I put them in a bowl, measure them out, and then I squeeze fresh lemon on them, and then I put quite a bit of salt on them. And then I go ahead and eat them and rinse them down with water. And I'm pretty used to it now. So anything is worth it if you felt really bad for a long time and you're worried about your long-term longevity. And if that's you, I would definitely highly recommend working with Dr. Hader, Dr. Shahbaz, and his team. They're simply the best. All right, check in next week. See you guys later.